Text 27. Yat karoshi yad ashnasi yad juhoshi dadasi yat tapasyasi konteya tat gurushva mad arpanam. Translation. Whatever you do, whatever you eat, whatever you offer or give away, and whatever austerities you perform, do that, O son of Kunti, as an offering to me. Thus, it is the duty of everyone to mold his life in such a way that he will not forget Krishna in any circumstance. Everyone has to work for maintenance of his body and soul together, and Krishna recommends herein that one should work for him. Everyone has to eat something to live. Therefore, he should accept the remnants of foodstuffs offered to Krishna. Any civilized man has to perform some religious, ritualistic ceremonies. Therefore, Krishna recommends, do it for me. And this is called Archana. Everyone has a tendency to give something in charity. Krishna says, give it to me. And this means that all surplus money accumulated should be utilized in furthering the Krishna consciousness movement. Nowadays, people are very much inclined to the meditational process, which is not practical in this age. But if anyone practices meditating on Krishna 24 hours a day by chanting the Hare Krishna mantra round his Beach, he is surely the greatest meditator and the greatest yogi, as substantiated by the 6th chapter of Bhagavad Gita.
So what is this? Which kind of yoga is this?
You mean austerities? Krishna consciousness.
Austerity.
Devotion.
Krishna.
Yeah.
This is karma yoga. This is karma yoga. Means
Okay.
linking our work to Krishna. Bhakti is when we do what Krishna wants us to do.
Okay. So,
And here Krishna is saying, okay, you like to do something, okay, you do it too. You do it. But then you offer the result to me. So this becomes karma yoga. So at least we should come to this standard of karma yoga. We may be inclined to work in a certain way. We like to do certain things and then do it as an offering to Krishna.
okay.
So of course chanting can help us come to this platform. Chanting is what helps us to be able to actually do it. Hearing and chanting in the association of devotees. Okay.
So, actually, I just have a question that while chanting, it is said that we should also hear what we are saying, right?
Yeah.
So, could
Yeah.
we also, by closing our eyes, remember Krishna by having his image, like meditating on his image?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
So
Yes.
that
Very
is the
good.
third, right? Shravanam, Kirtanam, and the third one, remembering.
Yeah. Smaranam.
Smaranam. Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
So we can do
Closing
all
eyes and remember Krishna.
together, right? Hmm.
Yeah.
Okay.
You mean while chanting or
Yeah, while chanting.
what may happen? What may
Hmm.
happen is we may just fall asleep
Okay.
because,
Uh,
but
mm,
if we are able to do that, very good.
yeah, actually,
And
it happens like when I focus on, like meditate on any of the image of Krishna, like in my heart, let's say any form of Krishna,
mhm,
then I'm able to do it better than, if I'm trying to not think anything and I'm just
mm,
chanting and trying to hear, but I'm actually not
mm,
hearing it. Yeah, then my mind goes everywhere.
Oh, okay. If it's helping you, that's good. If it's and you're able to hear, then you're able to hear the chanting, the mantra.
Yeah, it but not that attentively when I'm focusing on uh, the image, when I'm focusing on Krishna, like meditating on Krishna, and
Mm-hmm.
obviously I'm listening to something, but not exactly, uh, to hear it word by word. But I know that
Mm-hmm.
a mantra is going on, and
Mm-hmm.
the the sound is going inside my head.
Okay,
Mm,
that's good. And then you can do that and gradually bring your focus on hearing then. Then the mind will
mm,
go away. Then again, remember to bring it back. So, yeah,
okay.
do it. Very good. It's helping you to be more like grounded, kind of, right?
Mm,
Yeah. And
okay.
yeah, then again, then try to focus on the mantra.
Mm, okay. So
Okay.
it's important to focus on listening to the mantra, right? Rather
Yeah.
than meditating onto even Krishna, right?
Yeah, because that will come. Prabhupada would say that
Mm,
that will come. Once we can chant properly, it will come
mm,
naturally then.
okay. Mm,
And that will come naturally. So for our stage, our real struggle is to try to hear the mantra. That's a struggle for us.
yeah. Because my mind, like, it ponders here and there, but when it comes
Talk
to,
about it.
yeah, that's
When
why
it
it.
comes to what?
Hmm?
When it comes to,
I mean, when I have to hear this, what I'm saying, like Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. So many times it happens, like it goes everywhere instead of just focusing on what I'm saying.
yeah,
Mm,
it's true. It's true. So usually what may help is if you have like a time to chant. So the mind is more prepared. Okay, now is chanting time.
mm,
If you have like a space where you regularly chant, so the mind is also more prepared. Okay, now in this space I have to focus. And chanting, hearing Prabhupada while chanting, that helps.
You mean hearing
Switching
his?
on. So I mean, switching on Prabhupada japa,
Mm, okay,
that helps.
okay,
Um,
okay. I can try this. Mm,
yeah.
sure,
So
thank you.
yeah, it's a struggle to
Mm.
for us to hear, right?
Yeah, I think because I'm more afraid of in one of the 10 offenses, it is said that we should attentively hear the mantra.
Yeah,
Yeah, but actually, I'm not doing it attentively. So, so that's
yeah.
why maybe with practice, it will
Practice. That's why.
gradually. So,
Yeah, that's our main problem, even me.
mm,
Attention goes away to all the material things, all
exactly.
things I have to do, what has been done, so many different things the mind comes up with. Whereas actually we need to
Mm,
pay attention to Krishna. Krishna is there. The- We are chanting Hare Krishna, that's Krishna himself.
mm, okay,
So, yeah, practice.
sure.
Okay,
Thank you. Hare Krishna.
thank you. Hare Krishna. We'll go on to the next one.
Yeah, text 28. Subha 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 Falair Evam Mokshasya karma bandhanaye sannyasa yoga yukatma vimukto mam upyasyasi. Translation. In this way, you will be freed from bondage to work and its auspicious and inauspicious results. With your mind fixed on me, in this principle of renunciation, you will be liberated and come to me. Purport. One who acts in Krishna consciousness under superior direction is called yukta. The technical term is yukta vairagya. This is further explained by Rupa Goswami as follows. Anasaktas, anasaktasya visayan yatarham upayun jata nirbandha Krishna sambandhe yuktam vairagyam uchyate. Bhakti Rasamrit Sindhu 1.2.255. Rupa Goswami says that as long as we are in this material world, we have to act. We cannot cease acting. Therefore, if actions are performed and the fruits are given to Krishna, then that is called Yukta Vairagya. Actually situated in renunciation, such activities clear the mirror of the mind, and as the actor gradually makes progress in spiritual realization, he becomes completely surrendered to the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Therefore, at the end, he becomes liberated, and this liberation is also specified. By this liberation, he does not become one with the Brahma Jyotis, but rather enters into the planet of the Supreme Lord. It is clearly mentioned here, Mam Upayasasi, he comes to me back home, back to Godhead. There are 5 different stages of liberation, and here it is specified that the devotee who has always lived his lifetime here under the direction of the Supreme Lord, as stated, has evolved to the point where he can, after quitting his body, go back to Godhead and engage directly in the association of Supreme Lord. Anyone who has no interest but to dedicate his life to the service of the Lord is actually a sannyasi. Such a person always thinks of himself as an eternal servant, dependent on the supreme will of the Lord. As such, whatever he does it for the benefit of the Lord. Whatever action he performs it as service of the Lord. He does not give serious attention to the fruitive activities or prescribed duties mentioned in the Vedas. For ordinary persons, it is obligatory to execute the prescribed duties mentioned in the Vedas. But although a pure devotee who is completely engaged in the service of the Lord may sometimes appear to go against the prescribed Vedic duties, actually, it is not so. It is said, therefore, by Vaishnava authorities that even the most intelligent person cannot understand the plans and activities of a pure devotee. The exact words are Tandra Vakya Kriya Mudra Vichneha Na Bhujyaha. Caitanya Charitamrita, Madhya 23.39. A person who is thus always engaged in the service of the Lord, or is always thinking and planning how to serve the Lord, is to be considered completely liberated at the present, and in the future he is going back home, back to Godhead, is guaranteed. He is above all materialistic criticism, just as Krishna is above all criticism.
So what is Krishna saying? One who does everything from him, what happens?
He returns to him, back to Godhead.
Yeah.
You have to surrender yourself completely.
Yeah. Does he have karma if he works in that way? Because every action gives us karma, right? So does he get karma if he is acting in that way, working for Krishna?
No, no.
Yeah, no karma. Doesn't get karma because everything he's doing for Krishna. So he has no karma. No good karma, no bad karma. It's spiritual. Comes like it helps him. That's why karma yoga, you know. Yeah. linking our work with Krishna, offering the result to Krishna. So the pure devotee is able to do all his activities in that way. And so he has no karma. He's liberated, even while he's in this material world. Even while he's in the material world, he's liberated because he's following Krishna's direction. And this is called real renunciation, yukta vairagya. He's acting, he's doing all sorts of activities, working for Krishna. This is real renunciation. Is that okay?
Yeah.
Uh,
Mhm.
the prescribed Vedic duties
Mhm.
mentioned in this verse, are those like prescribed duties based on different castes like Brahmanas,
Yeah,
Kshatriyas? Yeah, those prescribed
there,
duties, right? Okay,
yeah, there's so many duties for everyone to perform.
okay. And also it's
There's
mentioned there.
also
Uh,
not only, well, it wouldn't be only Brahman, Kshatriya, but it could also mean, like, you have the grain eating ceremony, and then you have the hair cutting ceremony, and
oh, it's
yeah, there's
although
so many.
so it means some ceremonies and rituals also. It comes under prescribed duties, is it?
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
okay. I see. Just like okay. So it's also kind of a prescribed duty, the seven feras at the time of
yes,
wedding, right?
yeah, yeah.
Okay. Okay. I see. So and also it's mentioned here that liberation is there are five different stages of liberation.
Mm,
So is it those five different stages of liberation where um, like we become one with God?
mm,
Like
mm,
I read this in Nectar of Devotion.
mm,
There's ekatva, there is sarupya,
mm,
samipya. Like sarupya means you get same features as the Lord, and then you live on the
mm.
same planet as the Lord, like those.
Yeah,
Oh, okay. So exactly, where is it mentioned these stages of liberation in
yeah. It's
detail?
there in Bhagavatam also. Bhagavatam is mentioned quite a few times in the earlier cantos.
Okay, so they say even the ekatva, like you are merging into the Brahman,
Mm.
and that is the lowest kind of liberation. But then why is it still mentioned in different stages of liberation if it is
Yeah,
totally, yeah.
actually, the devotees don't even consider it as liberation.
Mm,
That for the devotees, it's four kinds of liberation because the devotees don't consider the Sayujya Mukti as Mukti. But again, there are some transcendentalists whose goal is to enter into the Brahman,
mm,
merge into the Brahman. So then, for their sake, it's mentioned.
okay, I see.
But yeah, for the devotees, like even Lord Chaitanya wouldn't even consider that as liberation.
Mm.
Actually,
And
the
also,
devotee, for him, he doesn't want any kind of this liberation. What he wants is here, directly associate with the Supreme Lord.
and even this association is also one kind of liberation.
But this, like, he wants to have a relationship. He wants to serve the Lord. So there is Sayujya, which is totally, the devotee doesn't want that. Then one is Sarupya, having the same form as the Lord.
Mm,
Then there is Salokya, living on the same planet.
mm,
Then there's Sarshti, having same opulence. And there is
mm,
Samipya. living in close association with the Lord. But the devotee does not want anything of these, because what he wants actually is to serve the Lord personally.
Okay. Okay. So
Yeah,
engage directly in the association and samipya, it's a different thing.
yeah.
Okay.
Because samipya, okay, you could be in close association, but then there may not be any service involved
Direct to Krishna. Okay.
to Krishna.
Hmm. I see.
Directly to Krishna or serving the devotees. Like Lord Chaitanya says, Gopi Bharatur Padakamalayur Das Dasanu Dasanu Das. Serving
Hmm.
the devotees.
Hmm. Okay.
So serving devotees, serving Krishna is the same.
Hmm. Okay. Okay. And also like Krishna Lok is the center of the planet of it is the center of the spiritual
Yeah,
uh, universe, right?
yeah,
Krishna. So Krishna actually resides on Krishna Lok, and all other Vaikuntha planets are uh, not exactly Krishna resides on Vaikuntha, right?
yeah. Krishna personally is in Krishna Lok, and other Vaikuntha planets are Krishna's expansions.
Like Vishnu's
Yes.
Vishnu
Yeah,
expand. Okay.
yeah.
Nice. Hmm.
Or Lord Ramachandra.
Hmm. Okay.
Mm.
So the pure devotees, they actually go to Krishna Lok to serve him directly there, is it?
Yeah,
Uh-huh. Okay.
that's right. Because the five liberation could mean going to any of those Vaikuntha planets also, right?
Hmm. But not Krishna Lok.
Mm. Yeah.
Okay. Got it.
So they
Thank
want to
you.
be wherever Krishna is.
I see.
Mm.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Also about chanting, you like to focus on the form of the Lord. Very good. You can also chant near the picture of the Krishna.
Hmm.
So while you're chanting, you can look
Okay.
at the picture, then that also helps to focus the mind.
Hmm. Okay.
Mm.
Sure.
To some degree, that helps to focus the mind also.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you.
Okay. We'll go on to this.
Okay.
Or did you
So,
all want to say? Sorry. So Krishna was saying that you follow these things. Do whatever you want. You do it for me. Whatever you're doing, you do for me. Whatever you do, whatever you eat, whatever you offer, give away, austerities, anything. So our prescribed duty also, what we are working, do it for the pleasure of Krishna. We may be having so many different responsibilities, uh, you know, in different positions in society, whatever it may be, as a parent, as a child, as anyone. So whatever you do, Krishna is saying, you do it for me.
hmm.
Okay, for his pleasure. Krishna will be happy if I do my duties well.
Krishna
As you
will
were
be.
saying, right, the duties of Brahman, Kshatriya, Vaishya. So each of us have certain duties we have to do. So doing duties for the pleasure of Krishna.
Okay. Okay. Text 29. Samo aham sarva bhuteshu name dvaishosti na priyah ye bhajanti tu mam bhaktaya ma maite teshu chapi aham. Translation. I envy no one, nor am I partial to anyone. I am equal to all. But whoever renders service unto me in devotion is a friend, is in me, and I am also a friend to him. Purport. One may question here that if Krishna is equal to everyone and no one is his special friend, then why does he take a special interest in the devotees who are always engaged in his transcendental service? But this is not discrimination, it is natural. Any man in this material world may be very charitably disposed, yet he has a special interest in his own children. The Lord claims that every living entity, in whatever form, is his son, and so he provides everyone with a generous supply of the necessities of life. He's just like a cloud which pours rain all over, regardless of whether it falls on rock or land or water. But for his devotees, he gives specific attention. Such devotees are mentioned here. They're always in Krishna consciousness, and therefore they are always transcendentally situated in Krishna. The very phrase Krishna consciousness suggests that those who are in such consciousness are living transcendentalists, situated in Him. The Lord says here distinctly, Maite, they are in me. Naturally, as a result, the Lord is also in them. This is reciprocal. This also explains the words Ye yatha mam prapadyante tam stathavya bhajami aham. Whoever surrenders unto me, proportionately I take care of him. This transcendental reciprocation exists because both the Lord and the devotee are conscious. When a diamond is set in a golden ring, it looks very nice. The gold is glorified, and at the same time, the diamond is glorified. The Lord is living into Sorry.
Hare Krishna.
Yeah. So
Sorry, we
the
couldn't
gold is
hear you.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Okay. The gold is glorified, and at the same time, the diamond is glorified. The Lord and the living entity eternally glitter, and when a living entity becomes inclined to the service of the Supreme Lord, he looks like gold. The Lord is a diamond, and so this combination is very nice. Living entities in a pure state are called devotees. The Supreme Lord becomes the devotee of his devotees. Or if a reciprocal relationship is not present between the devotee and the Lord, then there is no personalist philosophy. In the impersonal philosophy, there is no reciprocation between the Supreme and the living entity. But in the personalist philosophy, there is. The example is often given that the Lord is like a desire tree, and whatever one wants from this desire tree, the Lord supplies. But here the explanation is more complete. The Lord is here stated to be partial to the devotees. This is the manifestation of the Lord's special mercy to the devotees. The Lord's reciprocation should not be considered to be under the law of karma. It belongs to the transcendental situation in which the Lord and his devotees function. Devotional service to the Lord is not an activity of this material world. It is part of the spiritual world where eternity, bliss, and knowledge predominate.
So is the Lord partial or is he impartial?
He is partial to his devotees,
Yeah.
although
So
he
how
is
do we
not.
explain? Yeah, he's not partial actually. How is he
Yeah,
not partial?
because he provides all the necessities to everyone.
Yeah,
Mm.
that's right. He's giving equal opportunity to everyone to become his devotee. He's giving equal opportunity to everyone to hear Bhagavad Gita, chant the holy name. He's not saying, oh, only you can do it, I cannot do. Right?
Mm. Yeah.
He's also a Paramatma in the heart of everyone. He's not saying, hey, you are not my devotee, I won't be Paramatma in your heart.
Mm. Okay.
So, like that, he's not partial. But then if one becomes his devotee, it's natural for him. It's like natural when a child wants to spend more time with the father. Naturally, the father is spending more time with the child. It's reciprocal. There's another son, he's telling the father, you just send me a monthly check. I don't want to see you. Just deposit money in my account at the end of the month. So, okay, you don't want to see me. Okay, I have to support you. Okay, here's the money. And another, he's always going to the father, speaking to him, being with him. Then naturally, the father is also being with him. Reciprocal. Right.
Mm.
Okay.
Yeah.
We'll stop here. Any
Yeah.
comments?
No.
Okay. Bhagavad Gita ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Gaur Bhakta Vrinda ki jai.